And what would Norwegian mythology be without trolls? Those hairy individuals with eyes like pewter plates who, according to the imagination and superstitions of country folk, live deep in the forests and the mountains. The Folklore Museum, not far from the town centre, is one of the many museums in Norway to show how country people lived in former times. Around the turn of the century, archaeologists discovered 2 Viking ships in burial mounds close to the Oslo fjord. 1,000 years old, they are known as the Oseberg and the Gokstad ships, and today you can see them in Oslo's Viking Ship Museum. The magnificent boat-building techniques and artistry of the Vikings have been handed down through the centuries and are still in use in Norway today. Replicas of these ships, sailing in the wake of the Viking chieftain Eric the Red and his son Leif Erikson, have sailed the Atlantic to North and South America. Few nations celebrate their national day like Norway. May the 17th, 1814, marks the nation's independence from 400 years of union with Denmark. On that day, the Norwegians don their national costumes and dance in the streets. And to the sounds of brass bands, the children parade through the streets to the palace, where the royal family await them on the balcony. Each year, salmon in their thousands return from the sea to struggle up Norwegian rivers. From the time they were just a few centimetres long, they have wandered the oceans, and yet incredibly, they are able to find their way back to the same river in which they were born, an impressive feat of navigation. And here they spawn, and millions of tiny salmon fry struggle to survive their first year before setting out on their own journey to the ocean to renew the life cycle. For centuries, the rivers have been a source of sustenance. In earlier times, salmon was a traditional food, and from time to time, service folk living close to the rivers refused to eat salmon more than 3 times a week. Today, salmon are fish for the gourmet, and it's the sports fishermen who take most of them.
Going down the river, going on the flow, going down the river.